Welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks so much for joining us today. We are at William Thomas Custom Jewelry, and later on in the show today, we're going to chat with the owner, Bill. He just got back from a vacation, a once-in-a-lifetime vacation in Bora Bora, and he brought back some pearls, which you have on.
I do.
We've also got some right here, so I'm really excited to learn about how that experience went later on in the show. But first, we caught up with Zoe Schuler with Zbella Boutique earlier this week. Let's take a look. Spring is finally here and we're talking trends. Oh, it's such a great time of the year, right? When all of the new styles start to filter in and fresh colors.
As we all wear black.
Yeah, that's right. We're clearly still in a winter state of mind, but you always bring us the latest trends. What are you seeing?
So there's some really exciting trends for spring. We'll see if I can show them to you. Maybe I can. The first one that we are loving is florals and embroidery, which isn't really a surprise because winter florals were really popular, but they're very easy to transition into spring in some lighter colors, brighter colors, bolder prints, things like that.
And I feel like when you wear floral, you feel springy and you feel like it's coming.
Exactly.
So if you're in a winter state of mind, just maybe layer a floral top under a black jacket for now, and you can slowly transition your wardrobe into, you know, a very bold top that's off the shoulder or a totally floral dress. There's lots of ways to incorporate that trend into your wardrobe without going crazy.
Do you guys wear a lot of floral? I've seen you in floral.
I have floral and I like it, but I tend to wear it about this time because I'm kind of hoping for spring.
Right, exactly.
Like
Wishful thinking. If you wear it, it will come.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel too.
So you mentioned embroidery?
Yes, so embroidery is huge.
Or crochet?
Well, both, but
both.
Embroidery. So you're going to see a lot of really unique embroidered details. I'm seeing it a lot on shoulders of shirts, on the backs of shirts, and then like down the front as well. It's usually a floral embroidery as well. So it's, you know, you can kind of go either way with a print or the actual embroidery.
Oh, so cool. I love all the little details.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
What else are you seeing?
All right, so this one's kind of an obvious one. Every time spring comes around, pastels are hot. Everybody wants to wear them. What we're seeing is you don't have to only wear pastels in a pretty blouse or a dress. You can pull it in your daily life in a sweatshirt or in a button-up for work if you need to look a little more polished. There's just lots of ways you can bring in those softer tones this time of year.
I love that button-up shirt.
It's great.
I'm a big fan of button-ups.
It's a great one. It looks great with denim. It's just, that's more casual, but it's going to look great with a gray pant or a black pant.
I've got my pastel nails. So I'm already
We
halfway
noticed.
there.
Beautiful.
Awesome. I love the pop of color this time of year.
Yeah, it's nice.
We need it. Yeah.
Definitely.
How about any outerwear trends?
Outerwear, statement jackets. This is a great
Cute.
time. You're still going to be layering because it still can be cool, especially in the mornings and the evenings. So use that to your advantage and pick a really cool jacket. A lot of spring jackets you can wear indoors as part of your outfit too. So you can just have fun. I love this camo one we just got in the store. It's only $79. I thought the price was so great, and it's just really lightweight. So I would keep it on all day and then maybe layer a sweater under it if I need a little more warmth at night.
What are some other examples of statement jackets?
A cool jean jacket. I've been seeing some denim with embroidery on it even, so you can tie that in. A blazer, things like that that you know you can just use for layers this time of year.
Are you seeing any jean jackets in colors, like pastel colors or anything like that?
Here and there. I still think, you know, a jean jacket is kind of like a neutral thing that you can pop on over anything. So really the ones that people are looking for are just kind of classic ones.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep. And then I'm really loving crochet this time of year. It's a really fun way to show a little bit of skin without it being too much. So we've got a lot of things in the store that are going to have a crochet back. But we were talking that, you know, you'll see a cold shoulder crochet right here, or maybe the straps of your shirt or the hem of your dress. So lots of fun places you can add a little bit of detail.
And it kind of dresses it up without doing too much work, which I kind of like.
Add some interest.
It's like an
visual
easy way of looking
interest.
nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And people can always come and stop in, and you guys are really good about helping with styling tips. If maybe you already have something and you're looking to find that perfect denim jacket or something like that, you guys are really good about that.
Yes, we love to do that.
And online too.
Yep.
And you guys have a curve shop coming up?
Yeah, so we are co-owners of a plus-size consignment sale that's happening on April 14th. It's at the Courtyard Marriott in Middleton, and so it's gently used plus-size clothing, hundreds and hundreds of styles at like amazing prices. So we can't wait for that.
Zoe Schuler with Zbella Boutique, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
And we're Girl Talk. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are at William Thomas Custom Jewelry today, and we will be chatting with those great folks later on in the show. But first, we caught up with Curtis Knox with Wine Styles. He always brings some great selections. Let's take a look.
Why not?
Oh.
We're talking about craft ciders with Curtis Knox. Everyone thinks of Wine Styles as a place to go for wine, and
Right.
sometimes I don't always feel like beer, wine. What would you suggest?
So we've got great alternatives for you. So people think of wine, they think of beer, but a thing that I would encourage people to consider is craft ciders, like we were talking about. They have wonderful fruit flavor to them,
Which I like.
and they come in a really big range of what you can get. But doesn't have some of the downsides that you would necessarily think of with a wine or a beer sometimes. So I wanted to bring and talk about some of these today.
I'm
So-
excited.
Okay, now, and we're not just talking like apple cider, we're talking hard ciders.
Right, so
Okay.
these are ciders with
Clarify.
alcohol in them that have been fermented, so got a little bit of a kick to them. Great for enjoying when it's hot outside, going down to concerts on the square, chill one of these guys down and take it with. It's just a wonderful addition. So.
Okay. I think some people think about ciders as being sweet. And is that true? And
They can be, but there's a really huge range. So what I've brought today is a range of sweetness, starting from the one over here, which is from Sweden, which is a very sweet cider, moving over to the pear cider here from Door County, and Island Orchard is the name of the
Look
cidery.
at this cool bottle.
Yeah.
Keep that.
And
I
that's
totally
a
keep that.
really nice dry apple pear cider that people just absolutely love.
and it's local. Yay!
Yes,
Yeah, gotta
yes.
love that. So I have some of my friends who are gluten intolerant. Do you guys have do all ciders have gluten? I guess. is
No,
the
not at
first
all.
question.
So it's a great alternative
okay.
to beer because you don't have to worry about gluten because there's no wheat or any
Yeah.
grains or anything like that in them. It's also a great alternative for people who worry about some of the tannins and things you get headaches from wine because you generally aren't working with that either. So people that struggle with each of those things, ciders are a great alternative.
Interesting.
So,
Great.
yeah.
And I'm curious, what are some of your favorites? I see you brought some. Are
Yeah,
these
so I
your
brought,
favorite?
brought a couple of examples. As I mentioned, the pear cider from Island Orchard up in Door County. This guy is an amazing one from Mesh and Bone. It's from France, and it says pamplemousse. What that means is grapefruit. So it's
sounds
French for
fancy.
grape. Yeah, it does. But it's an apple cider with grapefruit in it as well, which is where you're getting this beautiful orange pinkish color to it.
Gorgeous.
It's a very light cider. It only runs about 3%. Chill that one down, pour it out. It's nice and bubbly, and it just makes an amazing warmer weather drink.
That
So,
one sounds
yeah.
great.
And again,
Yeah.
a fun bottle.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can
yeah.
see that's a selling point for me.
And it's a fun cork that comes out of there.
Yeah.
You can save that guy. It's a lot of fun.
And
So,
with the
yeah.
weather warming up, this sounds like such a great choice.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
So,
definitely thinking concerts on the square.
Yeah.
Can we try and buy?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do tasting events all the time. So Thursday nights are wine tasting, Friday nights are beer tastings for us. Usually at least once a month we do a cider tasting as well. And then in our tap line, we always have at least one cider on tap there too.
Nice.
Right now we've got a really nice dry Michigan cider on tap that's just a really great drinking. It's like a good Sauvignon Blanc, really, when you taste it.
So I don't know if it's a weird
Yeah.
question. Can you, if you can't make one of those tastings, can you just stop in and
You
sample a
can,
few?
yeah, you can. You can come in. Any of our ciders are there. You can just buy one can or one bottle and drink it on premise or take it home. If it's something you want to drink, we don't have already chilled. We just pop it in the chiller. About 5 minutes, it's ready to go.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And your hours, so if people are
So
thinking they want to
yeah,
swing by.
so 11 to 8, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 11 to 9, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 1 to 5 on Sunday. So yeah.
Time to stop after work.
Yeah, absolutely. We have lots of people drop in. They come in, they have a light bite, they have a glass of wine or beer or cider, and then go to the movies. We have a movie special. People come in, get $1, show us your ticket, get $1 off of your
Really?
drinks before you come in. So yeah,
Genius.
yeah, because we got a really beautiful movie theater right next door.
Perfect
so.
date.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great date night. So yeah,
Well, Curtis Knox, owner of Wine Styles in Sun Prairie.
thank you guys very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All
We
right.
have more Girl Talk coming right after this commercial break. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're at William Thomas Jewelers today, and we're talking pearls from Tahiti, in fact. The owner just got back, brought some back, and we're going to learn about oyster and pearl farms and so much more. You can take a look. Yeah, that comes later in the show. Right now, though, we're getting to know Nancy Depsick. We did that a little bit earlier this week. She's a professional speaker, a speech coach, and talks about keeping a positive attitude. Let's take a look. Our next guest is skilled at something I think we all, Girl Talk hosts included, wish we were better at or always working to be better at, and that's speaking in front of people and having a positive attitude too. Nancy Depsick, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
How did you begin your career as a professional speaker?
Oh gosh, I think we all remember the horrible recession back in 2008. People lost their jobs, their savings, their homes. Well, unfortunately, that was me. And you wake up one day and you don't even know what happened. And so I found out about a group back then called Toastmasters, where you go and you give speeches. You're familiar with Toastmasters? And you get critiqued by your peers. So I started giving talks on what do you do when life knocks you to your knees? How do you get back up again? How do you reinvent yourself? And I started entering contests and winning the contest. And someday someone called me up one day and said, what do you charge for your speeches?
You're like, oh.
Exactly. Exactly. I was like, now there's an idea. So I got an income tax return, a refund, and I hired a speech coach. I enrolled in Speaker University, sponsored by National Speakers Association. I surrounded myself by professional speakers, mastermind groups, and I developed unshakable success.
That's great. And then you talked about that you started off talking about when life knocks you down, but what are other main topics that you talk about?
I'd speak about positive attitude because your situation doesn't change. We all have challenges. Lost a job, lost a loved one, starting a new job, whatever the challenges may be. Those challenges are always there. It's how we look at them that changes the situation, that turns those obstacles into opportunities.
And that's also where we have some control.
It's the only place we have control sometimes, yes.
So I can see how this topic really could benefit everyone. But can you go a little bit further into that, how it benefits the audience?
Sure. So I speak on topics like networking. So when you go into a room and you face a bunch of people you don't know, how do you move forward with that? Your self-confidence, your resiliency. And so what it does is in the workplace, it makes you more productive. It makes you a better leader. It causes you to just be more positive, and it affects you're just an overall happier person.
All over life.
All over life, at home and at work.
And that has a ripple effect to the people around you, your family, your coworkers, all of that. Do you offer other services besides speaking on those topics?
I do. I also have workshops. And so some of my workshops are on how to give presentations. So I work with companies like Summit Credit Union and some other places around town. I'm very local around the Madison area. And how do you make your message concise? How do you make it memorable? How do you calm your nerves if you are nervous in front of an audience? And so I do that. And I also do some one-on-one coaching for individuals who have to get up in front of groups.
Man, I'm thinking this would have been so just valuable back in high school when you have to give those speeches and they teach you how to give the speech but not how to be calm and relaxed and deal with the anxiety behind public speaking.
Deal with the anxiety, and I'm a big storyteller.
Yeah.
I love storytelling, and I learned the use of the stage and how to make that so impactful on getting your message across.
Love that.
So where can we see you speak?
I have a lot of things in and around town, but a lot of them are private events. They're staff meetings and things like that. So I'm at Dream Bank.
Awesome.
May 8th, I'm at Dream Bank. I'm a regular there, and on May 8th at noon, I'm speaking on listening skills and how to be a better listener so you can get more of what you want.
And those events are free.
They're free.
They're free to
Dream Bank
people.
is a great
I love the
venue.
Dream Bank. Yeah.
Yes,
It's a great
venue.
resource.
If you haven't been, you must look it up.
And if people want more information about you, how can they find out more?
They can go to my website, nancydepsick.com. That's DEPCIK.com. LinkedIn. I have a great profile on LinkedIn, so places like that.
Fantastic.
Or you can find her at the Dream Bank on May 8th at noon.
Yes.
Perfect.
Real
Yes.
pleasure. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Nancy.
much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty. Girl Talk will be back right after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. As you know, we are at William Thomas Custom Jewelry today, and you may have noticed that Bill Furman, the owner, has got a fresh tan. I am so jealous. He literally just got back from his honeymoon in Bora Bora, and I loved all the pictures you took and you shared with us. And you actually visited a pearl farm while you were there.
I did, and I will tell you that I had what I believed to be true about pearls and
Yeah.
how they come about, and it's quite different. It was fascinating.
Wow.
That's saying something coming from a jeweler.
Right.
Right.
Right. I mean, you can learn, you can read, you can gather information, but when you're actually there at one of the largest pearl farms in the Tahiti range, it was amazing.
Oh, and just to be able to meet the people, that are
Yeah.
there at that level. Because you don't often get to see that process, but, before it probably comes to you here in Wisconsin.
Right. And they, there's a tour we went on, and it's very quick and short,
Sure.
and they don't show you much. But I talked to the manager as I was leaving
Yeah.
and explained my industry and what I do and the jewelry part of it, and she invited me back for a private 3-hour
Wow.
in-depth tour where that's where I got all the information and all the real
real deal.
The real deal. It was awesome. And we have a relationship started now, so
That's
I
really
will be
cool.
doing some good pearl business with her.
Awesome.
Also very cool that he's outfitted me. Now these are some of
Yes.
the Tahitian pearls that you brought back.
Yes, that's
Beautiful.
a really beautiful piece that I just couldn't pass up. I don't buy a lot of jewelry from the jewelry store, but those they gave me a good deal, and I thought they were just stunning.
And the shape
Yeah.
is so unique.
Yeah,
we'll have
a
to
little
get a close up
teardrop.
for you guys, but yeah, it's a different shape than just a circular.
Yeah, a little teardrop
Yeah.
shape.
So the Tahitian pearls are black looking, dark looking.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Tahitian pearls are multicolors, and the black pearl, Tahitian pearl is the same thing, but I would say a majority of the Tahitian pearls, as I learned it, aren't black, they're multicolored. These here in front of us are a range of colors from gray, there's reds, there's peacock, all different colors you can imagine.
It looks lovely, and it's so much more apparent when you have them strung out like that. You can
Yeah.
see the varied colors.
Yeah.
It's
So
gorgeous.
how do the different colors form, since I'm assuming they're all made in similar environments?
Right. They're all in the exact same environment, and it's from the oyster itself, dictates the color, and you can see inside the oyster shell, there's a rainbow around the edge of the shell, and that dictates what color the pearl is going to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
So cool.
I know. So you got a 3-hour behind-the-scenes tour. Tell us what you saw, what you learned. It's an oyster farm, a pearl farm.
It's a pearl farm,
Okay.
and out in this bay, there were a series of buoys, 100 buoys, and beneath the water of all these buoys is hanging all these oysters on these rubber nets, very soft nets, and there's about 1.5 million pearls out there being cultivated. As I was looking at the bay, and it's one of the largest pearl farms there. It was really amazing.
Oh my gosh. And so then how are they extracted, I guess, from the oyster itself?
Right. So they very carefully, because they're very careful to protect the oysters and treat them well.
That's their golden goose.
Yeah, right, exactly. They just open up slightly, they bring the pearl out, put back in another nucleus, and back in the water for 18 months. And they live the same life the oyster does that they would in any environment.
Right.
They're in the water, just sitting, doing what they do.
Maybe even better, they're probably kept
Protected.
really safe.
Yeah, they are safe.
Wow. And I want to know some of the interesting details. A lot of this is interesting. I didn't know, I guess, the amount of effort and time that goes into creating pearls. You said 18 months?
18 months is the process to surround the nucleus, the bead that's implanted in the oyster.
That's amazing.
18 months is about what it takes.
And it can take up to 3 years, I read, for an oyster to produce a single pearl?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
depends on the oyster. I mean, do
Right.
they open them and go, oh, not ready, put them back in for another 20 minutes?
You know, that's a question I didn't ask. They know. This is a science, and it
Yeah.
seems it's very basic and very raw. It's if you saw the pictures, it's not a fancy environment.
Yeah.
But they know. I said, how do you know when they're ready?
Especially
You have
with so many.
a million and a half out there. I said, there's all these buoys. I mean, how do you know? They said, we know.
Oh my gosh.
And they do know. And I asked about theft. I
Sure.
said, couldn't someone come along at night and
That's
just
what I
clip,
wondered.
clip?
Yeah.
And she said, number one, there's only like 5,000 people in the area,
Okay.
and they're all like family. The Polynesian are all like family. They look out for everyone. And they said, believe me, she goes, if anyone is on the water 24/7, I know about
Somebody's
it.
gonna
Someone's
know.
going to tell me that someone's out there, and it just doesn't happen.
Bill, we have just under a minute left. Is there a little more show and tell that you have for us here?
Well, these pearls here.
Those are bracelets?
These are actually not bracelets. These are pearls that I handpicked to make necklaces and jewelry with, and I just had them put on these simple strings just to bring home. But they're darker, colors. It's hard to see probably in the cameras, but you're welcome to stop in and take a look at them anytime at a jewelry store.
recommend it.
Oh my gosh.
These are also Tahitian pearls, but these came from our new pearl farm that we met.
Wow. So
Amazing.
incredible. You never usually get to have that story paired with them.
Right. It was
How
right
amazing.
there.
And those were handpicked by you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Even
Yeah.
better.
Right.
Love it. And you can stop in and see them for yourself. Again, this is Bill Furman with William Thomas Custom Jewelry. Thanks so much for having us today and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm very jealous now. I think I'm going to book my next vacation.
All right.
Congratulations
do
on
it.
your recent marriage.
Yes,
Thank you.
you so much.
All right.
And thank you to all of our guests today. You can find us next time right here on Girl Talk, only on Wisconsin's 57.
Beauty and styling for Girl Talk provided by the Ultimate Veritas Spa and Salon.